it's so funny. People were like, how you feeling about Hunter Biden? Bitch, if he broke the law, he broke the law. Like, I don't, let me be clear. I am not a gang member, okay? I don't belong to either party. My vote goes to who can fit our agenda as Black people and as a Black woman. So yeah, if he broke the law, which he did, and we knew that he did, because remember they tried to cut him a deal earlier and then that shit fell through. It is a historic year. For the first time, we have a former president who is convicted of criminal charges. And the first time also we have a president's son or child, I should say, son or daughter, who is now a convicted felon.
So when stories like this go back to the root of the Green Route, when we talk about how America is ghetto, this is an example of it. Yeah. So we have Joe Biden, who has a son who smoked crack on camera. Let's be clear. That means that you have to have been doing it a lot for it to get caught on camera.
Yeah, I think he was in his drawers too.
And he was in his drawers, and he had a few prostitutes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. It just keeps
all respect to the sex workers. Let's be clear. Yes. All respect to the sex workers.
That was not. I just pictured the video and was like, everything about this continues to get worse.
You see how layers there? See the layer there?
Yes.
My point is, all of these respectability politics that America tries to set up, that a lot of us have been indoctrinated into. We realize that it's the president has a crackhead son who has gun charges. Now, if we take Joe Biden out of this and we just put our uncle, our auntie, somebody, family member, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just like, yeah, this shit, yeah, this is, but now we can now accept it as the norm. I don't want to hear any more issues with our family members who have substance abuse problems or gun charges. This is the norm. If our family members happen to fall into that, we can't look at them too terribly because our president
and look at the way he reacted to his own child. He was like, my son has a problem. This is an illness. It is a sickness. So remember that when we start talking about these people who okayed the war on drugs that fucked up a lot of our elders and the people above our generation. And let's be clear.
And let's for sure hang our hat right there. I don't wish for anyone. We don't wish for anyone to go to jail. We all agree that incarceration or being a part of this, caught up in this judicial system is not good for the most part. But at the same time, we also argue that people should keep the same energy. And if you stood up, Joseph Biden, if you stood up, I don't know what the hell his middle name is, but look it up. It's something. It's like Joseph Robin Biden. I think my point is, for a man, again, back in the 90s, to have stood up and to say things like he does not care how our youth, the teens within our communities became to be the way that they are, they should be locked up. Those were his words. This is what he said. So when he talks this talk about, my son is dealing with the problem, addiction, and these are, real issues, he's not wrong. But at the same time, he needs to understand that the same energy that he wanted for our children back then, that same energy, he needs to keep that same one, that same kind. So if our children had to go to jail, no matter what was the situation that caused them to do whatever they did, his son deserves the same thing. And we're not for jail, but we want that continuity. We want the continuity of your perspective to continue. We don't want you to contradict yourself, Joe.
Yep.
We want you to stand firm on your beliefs that people who have addiction problems and people who have suffered as a result,
lock them up.
He
had a gun.
Oh yeah, and he had a gun. Yeah. So
I want to point out one thing. For all the people who were in my inbox saying that they were happy Biden was charged with a felony, I just want to point out that means in essence you are pro gun control.
That's an excellent point, because that's I think what we have to understand is this: there are a lot of Republicans, there are a lot of people who are on the right side, there are a lot of people who are quote unquote not on any side, but they are also happy that he potentially could go to jail off of gun charges. Now let's be clear, specifically to our Republican folks on that side or people who are on that side
are NRA enthusiasts.
What you're saying is that you are for some amount of gun control. That's what you're saying.
Yep.
If you think that he needs to go to jail for possessing a gun illegally or having any kind of discrepancies with him possessing one,
that's it.
Yeah, you are for gun control, and I need y'all to be just as loud when that occurs on the other side.
Yep.
Matter of fact, we need that to be just as loud when anyone is found guilty within the court, including your leaders as well,
and their children. Yeah.
So let's just continuity. Let's just keep it the same thing. We just
black people never wanted special treatment. We just wanted to be treated fair.
We just wanted fairness. We wanted.
People don't want special treatment. They just want to be treated fair.
Yeah.
This is what we are asking for. The same shit that y'all did back in the 80s with crack, locking people up. I need y'all to keep that same energy. And the same way that y'all say, hey, you know, I don't think anybody should have to fill out a form to possess a gun, then you should be highly upset that Hunter Biden was convicted. And one of those felonies, by the way, is him lying on a federal form saying that he was not addicted to a substance, an illegal substance, to procure said gun. So that is actually one of the felonies that he's being charged with.
Because that is a question that they ask you. Have you had substance issues as it pertains to the law? And he did. So, all right, y'all. So summing it up, let's be very clear here. If you wanted people to go to jail, again, actually, this is us going towards both sides. For our Democratic friends, he did the crime. He must do the time. That's what our democratically elected leader said. That's what he said back then.
Black and white. As
it pertains to drugs and guns and all that. That's
3 strikes law.
So that's for them. For our Republican friends, clearly you do believe in gun control. And keep on pushing it. Keep on pushing for him to be punished for illegally attaining guns.
That's it.
So
that's it. I would love for the NRA to step into this and be like, no, that would be a plot twist.
That would be a plot twist.
Man.